I should be audible.
Well, I mean, I can hear you,
All
but I
right.
guess you're not talking
Hello,
about me.
everybody. It's time to paste my "we're doing the stream" thing, and we have a game to look at. We have a lot of stuff going on. Happy holidays. Did both holidays happen? Yeah, both holidays have happened. Christmas has happened. Oh, well, New Year's hasn't happened. New Year's is about to
I
happen.
was about to say, I'm trying to work out which holidays you're speaking of.
I'm sorry. I'm very bad at dates.
I wasn't sure whether you meant Hanukkah and Christmas has happened.
Ooh. Hanukkah has happened. Christmas has
You see,
happened.
I was
All of
being
this is
very
true.
inclusive.
Yeah, very
He was
inclusive.
being
Very
very
inclusive.
inclusive.
Yes,
I know,
yes, yes.
but I feel like Hanukkah was earlier this year than other
Hanukkah
years,
seemed a little early. It was a little early this year.
right? Because usually it feels anyway that it butts closer to Christmas. Is Hanukkah one of those ones that moves in the diary depending on?
I believe it does.
Yeah, right. Okay. It's a bit like Easter then, and it flip flops around.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah. Well, we celebrated the birth of Christ.
Pasting my
Only a
shenanigans
couple of
everywhere.
months until we get to celebrate his execution, which really sums up Christians, I think.
It's just already here, already dead. No, that's rough. That's rough.
It's a funny one though, isn't it? I always find it interesting that Christmas now has become the big Christian holiday, because when I was a kid, Easter was the big Christian holiday.
Well,
And Easter
Christmas.
seems to have it's gone now, right? It's mostly chocolate.
Well, I feel like Christmas is the most secularized one, and I think that's, if I had to guess what's happened, it's something like that, where it's
Oh,
like.
do you reckon? Huh. I would say that Easter was more secularized.
But no one cares. There's no special thing about Easter.
Well, I mean, there's bunnies and chocolate eggs, and I do wonder as well if it's because we need a little bit of a celebration in the winter, whereas come Easter, spring's here, and we don't feel as miserable as normal.
I don't know. From the American, from my American perspective, like Christmas, it's got the tree, which is very iconic. What are we celebrating on Christmas? We're celebrating. I mean, in theory, if you care about the meaning of Christmas, meaning of Christmas is also very, very simple. Jesus born. Easter, a little more complicated to like really grasp the meaning or significance of Easter. And Christmas became this huge gift giving holiday, this huge thing that every kid looks forward to every year, all the time. While Easter, like, I'm sure kids like Easter and like hiding eggs, but as people start doing that, like, it fades away. But the concept of giving gifts at Christmas time is easily secularizable. I don't have to care about Jesus at all to give gifts to my family and friends, to put up a tree or something like that. It's easy. While like explaining Easter is weird. Like, why are there bunnies? What are the eggs about?
Wow, I mean, it's the same problem with Christmas, right? It's all of these like pagan old religion holidays smushed into
But the
Christianity as
tree is
desperately as
easy.
possible.
We get
But
the
the
tree
tree,
because it's
but the
Christmas.
tree is the pagan religion as well.
Sure, I'm not talking about necessarily how applicable Christmas is to Christianity. I'm just saying in terms of enduring, as people care less and less about Christianity, I think Christmas has a much stronger brand, frankly,
A brand
than Easter
presence.
does. And so and it's very easy for me to stick with Christmas. Bring the tree. It is weird and troublesome. That's why I don't do it. It is weird and troublesome.
Why is my camera so dark at the moment? I don't know how to
You're trying to
solve
be
that.
like me. You're trying to be blue.
Yeah.
Like Dave.
Yeah, usually it's better than that.
All right, let's see if we can pull up this game also. 'Cause we're going to actually talk about a game today.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, right?
So just a bit of background. Last month I did really, really well, and I was really happy. I wonder if I blur and it'll make me less dark. I was really happy with how I was doing, and this month I have been locked into the 2s and 3s.
Get the mobile one. I'm fine with this game, but I want to not use the mobile UI for viewing this game. I don't know if there's a way to do that.
Oh, that's the saturation. I look drunk now. Okay, let's. I'm just gonna try and whack up the brightness a bit, but it's not.
That's fine. I'll stick with it. I'll stick with it the way it is. And now I'll see if I can bring up this game we can talk. We're going to talk about it. It's just Gemma's game.
Wow, I look like I'm descending from heaven now. I'm gonna take the brightness down a bit.
Oh
okay.
yeah, because my mic.
There we go. There we go.
Maybe slightly further from me than it should be. And I can turn Gemma's Skype down a little bit, and now we should be more even. More even, I hope. Audio is always such a pain with these things. All right, let's see.
Did we have a stream post Christmas? No. Oh, last week was before Christmas.
Last week.
Merry Christmas, everyone! If you celebrated, and I hope you're having a good New Year.
Oh, I see. It was a Tenhou screen, and now I gotta make it a Roan 2 screen, and making it a
Yeah,
Roan 2 screen.
so last month I was doing really, really well. Lots of first places. I got in. I think I messaged you, right? My insane average.
Oh yeah, you said you'd done very, very well, and you were very happy.
Yeah, I think I got like over half of my placements were first or something over 30 games, which is really crazy.
That's pretty
But
great.
this month, nothing. Second place, third place, second place, third place, which isn't bad in of itself, but it means you don't progress in the R, right? You just kind of tread water. You just kind of bounce between, like, in a 20-point band. And I don't know, I've always struggled with that kind of plateau, and I almost find it more frustrating than when I'm just bombing. If I'm bombing, there's clearly something wrong, and that thing that's wrong is often identifiable because it's a complete catastrophe, right?
Right, right, yeah.
Whereas obviously I it's not catastrophic, the things I'm doing wrong, but I'm missing the optimizations, which mean that I can move up in
That
the R.
feeling is such a rough feeling because yeah, you're right. Like when I'm if I'm sitting there being like, oh man, I pushed the heck out of something that was garbage and I dealt in. What a mistake. Okay, a mistake.
Mhm.
I made a mistake. I can correct it. But when I'm sitting there just being like, I am not getting traction. For
Yeah.
some reason, I'm either not managing to grab the wind well enough, or I'm like throwing away my options before they materialize, or some far less like engageable thing is going on that's resulting, yeah, second,
Yeah.
third, second. Like I'm not exploding into victory. I'm not diving into failure. I'm just like muddling around,
Yeah,
which is
I
really
I'm not
frustrating
feeling
for me
in
to see.
control, right? So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually can't remember the game that I just picked a random game that I was second place on. Um,
Okay.
so
Let's
I
see. I'm
haven't
gonna I'm gonna bring
I
this up.
don't have
I'm gonna bring
anything
this up,
specific to talk about this game.
and
I
I
was
might need
just
to. It's fine, but like you can see my title bar here. Usually,
mm.
I'm better about trimming it. Oh, you know why? It's because I have the bookmarks bar on. You can see that I am a user of AWS. So I might. Can I trim it? If I do this, does this actually show? Hold on. Let me see if I can trim this down.
I quite like the purple though. You want like maybe a purple border around anyway. It looks quite nice and it's on brand for the USPML, right?
There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, that's my USPML browser that I use when I'm
Oh. Mm.
doing USPML stuff. Very exciting.
Mm.
Um, Let me see what's up. Boop, 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 boop. I have to close that thingy too. Okay. So this isn't a bad start.
It's not a great start.
6, 7, 8. We got 3, 5, 6, 8. We got a
I have
Dora. We
that
got a 3,
awkward
4.
Dora, right?
Yeah.
I have to find something to make that work with. I mean, I'm not going to say fold. This isn't a fold hand.
Why?
This is a see what happens after 5 discards and then decide to
Yeah.
fold hand.
I still think it's really funny that they use this picture of you.
I know they didn't ask me which picture they
It's
wanted
like,
to use. They just grabbed it, and I was like, all the other pictures of the pros are looking dowdy and serious, and I'm just like,
yeah. Yeah. Like, don't they have like a serious game face Gemma shot they could have done? Yeah, where you're like, Instead, you're
yeah,
like,
maybe I need some better photos.
I'm not even taking this seriously, you idiots. Like,
I mean, maybe they wanted someone smiling because do you not think when you're playing, like, and everyone's just looking angry? And
yeah, but
I
I feel
think
like,
because Mahjong Fight Club has those angry photos, right? That's their style. Like everyone's very serious, angry because they're in Fight Club.
but this photo, it does almost say like, I'm just joking. Not like, hi, I'm here, I'm having, like a nice smile, like, hey, it's me having a nice time. This is just like, ha ha ha.
Maybe because you think like that because it's so unusual to see me so smiley.
Yeah, it's not. I mean,
Usually,
this is
I'm yanking
obviously
my hair out.
staged.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. What do we get? Our first draw is a 4. Ah. Okay, so we chuck our north. I don't like that 4.
No, and
One
again, it's
pin
Suji on the door, right? So
X.
you're just getting yourself up for
3, 4,
pain.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now my thinking here is, what do we
Mm.
think about Itsu? So in the pin suit, what do we think about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? It could
I don't.
happen.
I don't want to cut that potential off for
Yeah,
sure.
so
I
maybe
think here.
the 8-man seems like a good thing to
See,
get rid of
in
here.
the cold light day, I think the 4-man.
You could. Yeah, you could just be like out, be gone, like I'm not
Yeah.
doing it. This is round 3, so there's no red 5s, right?
There are red fives.
Oh, well, that makes the 4-man, like, a
Yeah.
little more valuable.
It does, but it's Suji on the door, so I'm not gonna wanna hold it too long unless I know I'm gonna be able to use it.
Hmm, mm,
I kinda wanna keep the 8 because you said there's a potential for 6, 7, 8 Sanchoku, maybe?
mm.
My gut here, and I'm not sure what I did, but my gut would be just through the 4.
Let's see. No, you went with the 8. Okay.
Okay, so I wasn't thinking Sanchoku here.
Cutting Sanshoku Dream is not I don't think that's a terrible choice.
And as you said, like, there's red 5s and maybe 3, 4, 5 Sanchoku is another thing, you know?
3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we either say, I don't know. We could just get rid of this because it's just not time. We
No, you
could
need the
say,
pair. You need the pair.
yeah, we could get rid of the 1 pin and say no more Itsu Dream. We could start trimming off the 3 and the 8 and say 5, 6 is our only shape and so. Or we could trim down the 1 and the 4 to just the 1 or just the 4.
Oh, or maybe the 8, you know? The 8 bamboo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
Oh,
imagining
sorry,
doing
yeah.
that as trimming down to say like 5, 6 is our
Yeah,
bamboo
yeah.
set. And that's what you okay, that's what you do. Say 5, 6 is going to be my good bamboo shape. I'm not going to keep these two bad shapes.
I think I've probably got an eye on this 3, 4, 5 or 4, 5, 6 potential for Sanchoku, even though with that pair of
Ah,
5s, it's looking less likely.
7-man comes through. Another 4.
Okay, now I've got a pair.
Yeah, now you've got a hard pair. We probably don't want to get rid of that Dora yet.
Do
So
you want
maybe we
to?
get rid of the 3 so. We either get rid of the door
Yeah.
now, saying like now's the time, it's not happening, it's fine, or we cut maybe the 3 so.
See, I think like now it's the 1 pin, personally. Now I think you're moving into a
1
Tenhou
pin.
position.
Yeah, you could do 1 pin.
Yeah,
But if you're doing that, in my mind, if I'm doing that, then I should throw the 1-man anyway. Sooner is better.
perhaps, yeah.
But you finish cutting around the 5, 6. All right, you hold your
Hmm.
reservations for now to see what's going to happen. The 1 pin is also safe on 2 players, so I feel like it has more value to keep that. In my mind, that has
Hmm.
more value to keep for longer. 8 comes and goes, is not happening.
So I think at this point, right,
Well,
this
yeah,
is where
let's
you
take a
assess
break.
whether you're
Yeah, let's
folding or
let's
not.
look
And
let's look at what we're thinking.
I think we're now in a. I mean, let's look at what everyone else is doing. No one else looks live. Everyone else
No,
looks like they're just noodling around as well. So I don't think I have to put myself into a hard fold situation here. This is
no.
I got to keep an eye on the table. If someone does something, how do I fold out?
Right.
But
Let's keep.
I can stay live.
So this is really a forward. This is kind of also holding reservations. It's like the hand's good enough that we can keep pushing it. We can keep moving
Mm.
ahead with it. We don't see anyone else looking scary, so we don't need to dodge anything. But we also want to. The hand's not so good that at this
Mm.
point I'm just kind of repeating back what I'm hearing you saying. Like the hand's not
Mm.
so good that we're just like yeah.
No.
So we want to keep in our head the idea that we might have to bail out of this later.
Yeah. And I'm not seeing anything coming out around that door, which is concerning.
You know, this 2 is like the closest thing
Mm.
so far. Like
But that's
one
nice that
pin.
it's come from the dealer. Could mean one of two things: that he's moving into a ready position, or he's got some Dora locked in already.
Yeah, like that either means he can't or he has already integrated that
Mm.
Dora. Hots comes and goes. We don't need it. A lot of people. South comes and goes. We don't need it.
So that 4 pin there from the dealer and this 3-man. Now I'm going to be feeling edgy.
That's a little worrisome, yeah. Although the cutting the 2
Uh,
and then cutting the 3.
Makes me think they've got Dora. Because why would you cut a 2-3 shape unless you've got a pair of Dora or a trip even?
But is now the time to ditch it?
I know. I think now's the time to ditch. I think now's the time to ditch the 1 pin.
Yeah, because you're Ishan 10 on Pinfu Tanya right now. Because you have 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8. Well, the 7, 8 makes it not guaranteed Pinfu, or not guaranteed
Mm.
Tanya, I'm sorry. You got the pair of 4s. You got the 5, 6.
Mm.
Like, you could be all right.
For me,
Ooh.
I think throw the. What did I throw? Oh, I did.
Now
I
you
did.
do
I was
what I
so
was thinking.
bold.
Like now's the time to go. I mean, it's East 1. It's the beginning of the game. You have plenty of time to do things.
True. I think in the cold light day here, though, I should throw the 1 pin, and I can still fold with the 4 pin. I mean, everyone else is throwing around that area anyway,
It is a
and then
little
I can.
weird to me. The 2, and then
Yeah.
after this 2 is a north. Okay, north is nothing, but why not complete the if the cut is happening? Pardon me. If the cut's happening because there's nothing around it, yeah, that's an interesting one. If that 2-3 is getting cut. But you play forward. You throw the door. I'm sorry, you were saying something
Hmm.
else. I sneezed really hard. Door passes though. And now a 5-man out of the hand. What's going on here? Oh, now you get the red 5, which means you're going to throw the 1 pin because you might want to try to integrate the red 5 if you can.
Hmm.
Now a 9 pin. What's going on, dealer?
It's interesting,
Is
isn't
this
it?
like a pin flush? The 4 makes
Might
that
be.
seem weird.
Yeah, the 4 pin and then a 9 pin.
But the fact that we've been discarding 2, 3, 5 out of the hand at this late duration.
Do we want to look at the hand? Let's see what they're doing. Let's
I
see
don't
what
want to
they're
look until
doing.
we're done.
Okay,
I want to
okay,
look
fair
when we're
enough.
done and go back. Right now, I want to see,
Okay.
what we're seeing, what we're thinking. I'd be a little nervous about this.
Unless they've become anxious, maybe they didn't have a hand, and me throwing the 1 man has stressed them out.
But you threw the 1 man after they'd already thrown the 2, 3.
Right. I would
No, yeah,
say
until
that.
Christmas. Exactly, not until Christmas. I'm worried about this. What's going on here? We'll go back and look at what they were
Yeah.
doing because I'm very worried about what this means. Um, this looks like fairly normal from these players. The fact this guy's just throwing 9s and 6s as he goes is a little.
Yeah, opposite a 6 pin is pretty bold, but yeah.
5, 6, 6. We could actually throw the 5, which is maybe a little bold. But if we do that, we can turn this into the pair
Hmm.
and then integrate the red 5, which is not what you. Okay, you hold as you are. I don't know. I don't know if
I mean,
I
I've got a few pair potentials here though, so I don't actually need another pair potential.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know because you're Ishan 10. So like I'd probably want to switch my Ishan 10 to the one including the red 5.
Yeah, but I could have my pairs on the 5 pin if I want, or the 7 pin. I've got a lot of pair potential.
Um. Right, but in doing that, you step back to 2 Shan 10.
I see what you
Like
mean.
if you
Yeah.
want to move your pair,
Yeah.
it's 2 Shan 10.
Hmm. I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay.
7-man as drawn. Now I'm starting to get a little worried about a cross. Because the cross is just drawing and discarding, which makes me think they might be ready.
Hmm. But
And
this does give me an option to throw that 4 man here.
you chi and get rid of the 4-man. So now we're going for just called Tenhou if possible. Um,
I must have made the decision that everyone else was slow and I could outspeed them at this point, which is I think it's probably a suboptimal decision for myself, if I'm honest.
well, you get yourself ready
Hmm.
on what? On 2-5. It's a 2-5-8
258.
weight, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty good weight.
Yeah, that's partly why I didn't want to. Yeah, that's partly why I liked having the pairs in that group because it gives you
Hmm.
nice weights. Do you see what I mean?
That's fair. Well, the only
But
problem with the 2-5-8 weight here is that it's what 4, 8, 12 tiles, but it
hmm,
actually is 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 tiles. 6 tiles is still
hmm,
not bad. 6 tiles is still a pretty solid
yeah,
chance.
and I can still fiddle around. So I think so. I mean, from my perspective, I don't think the decision to cut the 6 bamboo is the problem. I think the decision to push at this point is a little aggressive for what 2 Han.
It is pretty aggressive,
I
but
don't. I can't see what everyone else is doing. I don't really have a clue on what they're doing. I can't see the Dora.
no, that's
I
the
can't
worry.
see any other red 5s.
That's the worry. Is everyone else looks like they probably loaded up with value on Dora and red 5s,
Hmm.
and you can't see any of it. Dealer calls chi,
So they are, but
switch from 4
obviously
to
me
7.
opening gives them a bit of a sort of maybe I should push a little harder.
You now have the ability to swap over into Sanchoku if you got a little lucky.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Um,
I
so
think that's
like,
more accident than intention there.
yeah, I mean the 7 was safe, so it's a good thing to throw. The 2 comes out. There's your 4 pin that you would want. 5. Whew. Throw it right in. And then
I can
the
get
8
this
comes out and
point
you
in.
win. You win on the last tile,
Yeah.
which is
It's
pretty
not,
good luck.
yeah, it's luck though, isn't it? So
But let's
yeah.
see what was going on here.
Yeah, they had. See, I told you, two Dora locked in there. Two Dora. I told you. I told
Let's go
you.
back to here, though. I'm curious what was happening here. Okay, so it's just sad times for them. So they have 3, 4, 5, 8. They have a rough hand here. This is not an easy shape to make happen. So in keeping the 8, they cut down their 1, 2, 3. Their 1, 2, 2, 3 to 1, 2, 3. Seems pretty rational to me.
Hmm.
They get a north and throw it. They get another 3, and they throw the isolated 4 to keep the 3,
Yeah.
4, 5 shape.
Yeah.
Then with the 7, 8, 9 shape complete, they say, no, you know what? I'm not doing that. And they cut the 3 out,
Hmm.
and that leaves the 5 isolated. They are now Ishan 10. They get another Dora, and now they're like, oh, well, I guess 1, 1 will now be my pair. The isolated 5 can
Yeah.
go, because if I get a 4, that completes my 2, 3, 4 anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is a
And
great
then the 9 comes
demonstration
out
of
because they cut
how
down 7, 8, 9.
this is a great demonstration of how the Dora placement really impacts how people behave around it. And how that, if you're looking into your first steps into reading discards, trying to read what people are doing around the door is the first step. Because you can, when you're discard reading, the best thing is try to spot peculiar behavior. And the easiest peculiar behavior is to spot around the door.
Oh, Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year upcoming. But yeah, and it's really a shame because they had like an Epico 1, 2, 3 Epico if they'd held out on that.
I think they
But
did the
like,
right thing, though.
no, I think what they did made perfect sense based
Yeah.
on like the situation. Like by here they'd won if they'd held on it. But yeah, I mean it's easy. It's always easy to look back at tiles and be like, oh, if I just did these other things, I would have won. But yeah, it's true. Like seeing that 2 come out makes me immediately think either they had a floating 2, and they were like, well, I better keep this 2 in case I get a Dora.
Yeah.
Or they had a shape that was already good around the Dora that they were flattening out.
Exactly. So the two has two important messages. It's either that they are tempi or reaching tempi.
Yeah.
Or, as you said, they've got a Dora locked in.
Yeah.
They don't need the 2
in this
to lock
case,
that
they
door
were
in.
locking in that 1, 2, 3.
I think it is easier to spot stranger behavior around the external Doras.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because I don't know. Maybe no. I might row back that comment. I don't know.
Well,
Okay,
I mean,
the peculiarities differ.
Wind and Dragon Doors, you either discard them or you don't, right? There's no
Yeah.
there's no thing you can do that says that you're like working them in or not, other than just do you throw them. 1 and 9 Doras, I think because Tenhou is very prevalent, because all simples is very prevalent. People want to keep tiles number 2 through 8. So when you have Dora that are near the edge of 1, 9, even 2 or 8, like seeing people holding on to those edge tiles longer than they otherwise should is an indication that they're trying to work with that Dora one way or another. But yeah, when the Dora is like 4, 5, 6, like I'm not going to throw 4, 5s, and 6s until late in the game anyway.
Exactly. And
So
you're going to be asked that question quicker. Do I keep this for the Dora or do I not? Yeah.
This is another reason why I don't like red 5s. Because like because it doesn't introduce anything into your play. Like playing so that you can accept a 5 or accept middle tiles of a suit is just standard. You want to. So there's no thing that I can deduce about whether you have the red, do you not have the red, are you working for the red, are you hoping for the red? Of course you. The answer is like yes, you're hoping for it. Yes, you're working around it. You may or may not have it. Who knows? Like there's very little to show. I have gotten a specific request for that. We were talking about that as far as the other day. Red 9s. Red 9s.
Why not gold 3s?
Are they gold? Are they not red? Are they gold?
They have gold 3s in some.
Oh, I didn't. I was just curious whether
Japan.
they just did them as red, or I'm assuming they work the same as reds, right? They're not like any other rules.
Yeah, they just have them gold. I don't know why.
Well, I think anything that puts you off the center of the number tiles puts an interesting spin on things and gets you into a zone where you're doing things that are a little odd. I think red 9s would be really interesting. It's true. Because now I have to play around things that I don't otherwise have.
Okay, you can have. Yeah, I guess you can have. I've seen 1s be red.
Yeah, like edge tiles. If the reds are on the edges, I mean, at the end of the day, what I'm thinking is good. Well, hold on. What I think is good, it makes Chanta more valuable, so of course it's good. But Gimmicky. Well, yeah, that's the challenge. The challenge is if you do red ones or red nines, you've unbalanced the suits to one side, which may or may not
Mm.
be good. But you've definitely said that, like, if I have red nines, 7, 8, 9 are now more valuable than 1, 2, 3. Just overtly, it's just better to play 7, 8, 9 than it is 1, 2, 3. While, like, with red fives, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is good in every suit. Okay, great. I've made the core of every suit more valuable, kind of equivalently. So that's the challenge with doing it on the edge like that. Um, but yeah, unless you do a one red one and one red nine in every suit, which now you put a lot of Dora on the table to be grabbed. Don't know. Don't know.
I mean, I play it. I
The other
totally
thing you could do
complain.
if you want to go the other way, and this is just me throwing random crap out. This is not anything that I've really thought about. You could say that red is just a Yaku that is include at least one red tile in your hand.
Oh, no, that's disgusting. No, 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 no,
What?
no, no.
Capping the max value you can get out of reds.
Bleh. No. Your games would just go so quickly, it's like Open Tanya,
Oh, I
right?
see. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, no, no. You're right. You're right. I don't want that to be what you can do to win.
Mm,
I'm sorry. That's not. You're right that by making it a Yaku, that becomes that. What I really meant was the idea that reds work the same way they are, but you
mm.
just say you can only get one Han max out of your
Oh,
reds.
I see. Yeah, but I mean, red fives are created by mahjong parlors to make games more volatile and for games to move very quickly and at higher stakes, right? And
Yeah.
so that's why they like when you get 3 red fives in your hand, you get a bonus. So, why would you want to cap it?
Well, I'm trying again. I'm thinking of it from like a more competitive play.
Mm.
Like if you're going to put in red
Ah.
ones and nines, and you're going to say I want to push value to the edge because there's not enough value at the edge and it's more interesting,
Mm,
then you don't want to. And from putting 6 on the table, then that's too many.
mm,
So I want some way to cap the maximum value you can get. So I'm again totally spitballing. This is not like well thought out at all. But
mm.
like I don't know, just ideas, just ideas.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on, if you're running bankruptcy and stuff. I think the more I mean, the
Yeah.
thing is, they put these extra value tiles on the board so that basically people bankrupt quicker during a
Right.
game.
Right.
More games means more money for the parlor because most parlors are charging per game, right? They're
Right.
taking a rake. Whether they call it a rake or not for legal purposes, I'm not going to comment on. However, they like people bankrupting. So they add lots of stuff that makes it easier for people to go bankrupt.
Mm,
And I think, when we have these conversations in the West, we lose the background and the purpose of them. It's fine to say you like red fives. It's fine to say you like the volatility. It's fine to say you like the fun. However, to understand and make sure we apply them in a way that doesn't destroy our games means we need to understand that.
right. Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like what are the knobs being twisted here, and what do they really do?
Yeah,
Is the question.
yeah.
So let's close our hands up.
Well, I mean, they don't take rake Yoko, obviously, in Japan because gambling on mahjong would be illegal. Also, I've heard.
Yeah, it would be incredibly illegal. All right, so we went on last tile because Gemma has high skill.
I
Um,
sure, and I wonder if that's as well high school. I wonder if a slightly lucky run has given me inflated expectations of
hmm,
myself. Can I
hmm.
inflate my expectations of myself?
Oh,
I mean, when you do stuff like this, that's just obscene luck. There's no
it's not
skill in
obscene luck
that.
though. It's only one hunt. Like it's good. It's good luck. It's not like
No, I mean,
obscene.
I don't. I think that I was too aggressive. I don't think I did a great calculation for how much that hand was worth to me, especially as dealer was doing things that were, you know, objectively dangerous.
I
I still
unfortunately
decided to push
agree.
it.
I
Yeah,
think I think
yeah.
you could have actually pushed this hand to victory anyway.
Hmm.
But I feel like I again I'm not trying to be crappy.
No,
But
no,
like I
no.
feel like I feel like
Yeah,
making that call and taking the step back to shift the pair to do all those things, like it's a lot of work for a hand that
yeah, right.
isn't that useful, and it looks like other people are getting a little dangerous.
Hmm.
So actually, the other thing I didn't look
Yeah.
at here is what was our player 1, 3, 4, 6? No, they weren't even ready. They were drawing and discarding like they were ready, but they also weren't really drawing anything that exciting.
They were struggling to get what they needed, the stuff they needed, but
Yeah. Well, they were Ishan 10. Um, but yeah, they didn't get them. They never got the tiles they needed
see,
to.
Troll's got the right information. Troll is
Here,
entirely accurate.
thank you.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
wait, and then you can take the little tokens that you win, and there's a shop around the corner that exchanges them for things. It's just a completely different businesses though. It's just pure fluke that they're
Yeah,
like that.
it's a complete fluke. All right, so let's hide our hands. Let's move into East 2. So now Gemma's riding high coming into East 2.
Riding high.
Up 3.9.
I mean, this is a nice draw as East.
This is pretty good. I like this. We really want a 2-man to lock in the ugly 1-3 thing. But even without, we can Tanya the heck out of this. We can just pong the 8 pin. We just go.
This is a nice callable hand. I'm up for this.
Yeah, so like we can just win it out quick as dealer. Let's see what we get. We just throw this. We don't even care. We're not even going to throw these dragons.
No, because I think it's if I compare, I've got great shapes. If I can get one of those dragons in, even better, right?
Yeah. Okay, Chun comes out, so Chun leaves. We don't dream of Chun any further.
No.
I don't like this 5 so discard as a second discard from across. But West comes and goes.
No, I mean, I can call this through, so I'm not particularly,
Hots goes because we get our 4, 5, 6 complete. And then our player to the left grabs the hots, which is a little annoying because what I don't want is for them to outspeed us. But now here we get a pair, and that means our Haku goes, and now we're still Ishan 10. It's fast. It's not good, but it's fast.
And I can't call myself anymore. That's the frustration here.
It could become Sanonko if everything goes very to plan.
I'm gonna say something that I think is probably a little bit not typical. Okay. Well, I was about to say before this 2-man came in, I would have considered calling an 8-pin draw and throwing the ones.
Oh, just
and still going for the Tanya. Yeah. Not worrying that I've got that shape in. But I got the shape in, so
we can turn our 1-1 into a 1-2-3, which is probably good. But we have to figure out what to do with our extra. Okay, you're just getting rid of the 8 pins altogether. You're like, that's an extra pair, and I don't care. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6 is how we're looking at this. At least for the moment. Okay, at this point, you could probably throw this 1, or if you want to hold it, you can throw the 6, and just say we're going to go for Pinfudora. Okay, cut the 1. Okay, because we can still get the 6 to get Tenpai, so that maximizes our Tenpai possibility.
I mean, these are nice. These are nice shapes. This is nice.
Yeah.
This is looking. This is looking good for me.
She from left, and we're not quite getting what we need.
Yeah.
Okay, here we got 7, 8, 9, and now we don't reach.
I don't need to.
We Dama this. And that's just for, in my mind, that looks like it's just for upping the odds that someone deals what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so you're just, the Dama here is not to wait for upgrade. The Dama here, so we're not reaching because we just think people aren't going to throw a 5-8 if they think that we're ready, or if we expressly go into reach saying, hey, here we go.
If I reach on a 6-0 as dealer, no one's going to throw the 5-8, and they're likely going to, even opposite person left, they're not going to throw it to me, even though they're pretty committed.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
So we keep going forward. It looks like the player left is a little nervous, actually, because they've thrown 2 safes out of their hand at this point. 2 hard safes. Huh.
There you go.
Huh. But they were able to. Now I want to see how this went for them. I'm very curious what they did. They drew the Chun and they threw the hard safe 6.
So they were worried about me, huh?
But they could have thrown the hard safe Chun.
Yeah, but I think
they might have been like, this is my chance.
They'd already decided they weren't going to throw the 5.
Right.
Because I'm obviously, I'm not obviously, but it's very likely I'm ready throwing a 6 out of this discard. I'm like, okay, well, they've thrown a 6. What are they going to throw a 6 out of? It's either going to be a 6, 6, 7 or a 5, 6, 6 shape, right?
Right.
So in that case, I'm not going to risk throwing the 5s. I'm locked in. The red dragon is going to be safe on everyone. So if I'm going to have a safe tile, the red is my safe hold.
Yeah,
it's a good choice. It's a very good choice.
They've upgraded their safe tile. And this is going to, exactly. This is going to be their pair. They don't want to get rid of their pair. And this might be, and because the 6 came out from you and passed everyone else, this might be their big chance. Like, this is my time to get rid of the 6 that I know I want to get rid of.
Yeah.
So let's let it go. And then we come around again, and
arguably after watching them throw the 6, I could have decided, well, people aren't going to throw it. I should just reach it because it doesn't matter if they're not going to throw it, and I'm just going to draw and discard no matter what. why not reach?
Yeah, maybe this
If
was the
it's
time to
yeah,
just be like,
if it wasn't going to impact anyone's play, they'd already spotted what I was up to. Why not? Why not tell them?
yeah. This is just a swap of a safe tile, basically. They
Mm,
throw the Chun, they keep the West. The West is very, very safe. The rest is entirely safe. It's equally safe. There's 3 Wests on the table, so unless you're
mm,
ready on Kokushi. But you've also thrown the West, so it's fine. Then they draw and they get Tenpai. This is just good luck for them, man. This is great.
mm.
And then the 9 comes out, so they manage to squeak it out.
So I think my error here. I don't think the initial dammer on the 6, so the 6 bamboo discard was a problem, but I think I didn't react when the player on the left threw the 6 bamboo. Then I should have recognized that the gig was up. No one's fooled by my nonsense.
I see. Yeah,
Just
they
reach.
know
Just
you're ready,
reach.
so you might as well just go for it. But
Mm,
I mean, the empirical outcome of that would have been losing 1,000 more points. Well, it depends because no, because the only things that this, I mean, again, it's this is a rabbit hole, right? You don't
mm,
know what people are going to do, but the only things this player had to do after you would have theoretically reached is discard tiles that were hard safe on you.
mhm.
So like, boop de doo. But then again, this player might not have thrown the 9. Like other things like that might not have happened
Exactly.
if the table
I
was
think
being
I
pushed.
think this was a small error again. Like the last hand, it's not a catastrophic error, as you say, because I just lost another 1,000 points for no good reason. However,
It
it's
might have
not
changed
good play.
attitudes. It might have changed attitudes
Yeah, it's
and
not
and
great play.
and impacted. And yeah, you missed out on the opportunity with this hand. That's a shame. And now, well, you're still in first place. So who cares, right? All's well as long as you're in first place.
Oh no, this hand's all coming back to me. You should hide it. This is
I'm
all
sorry.
coming back to me now. Oh no, I remember this game now. It's all come back to me.
How bad? How bad is it?
It's bad. Keep going.
Oh no. Okay. Okay.
You'll see.
I don't dislike this draw. This draw is pretty good.
Hmm. You only
It,
say that because you can see Itsu and maybe Chanta, and that's all you see.
well, I see 3 4. I see 1 2 3. I do see a potential Itsu. I see a pair. Like we've got some. I see this 4, which can take tiles in nicely. Like we've got some components. I see.
Hmm.
Haku's not
Oh
going to
no,
do
it's
anything
not
for
terrible.
us.
It's not terrible. It's not
6 makes a 4 5 6 possible. Fine. Another 6. Maybe a 1 gets trimmed off. That all seems fine. 4 5 6 turns out. I'm not sure I would have cut the 9. I'm not sure I would have been cutting the 8 9 at this point, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I think I just want a plain pin through. I don't want to.
The Dora has been cut by 2 players, so nobody's getting Dora.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh God, you know what? I'm feeling stressed just remembering it now.
All right. So what do we got going on here? Probably it's time to cut the 4 5 6 down. Maybe. But we
I
have
reckon just keep throwing the eights.
maybe
Stay
too. Yeah,
strong.
maybe just
I'm
get rid of the
committed.
8s. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're getting rid of the 8s. Phone call. Who's calling me? Hold on. I don't know who you are or why.
Do you remember when people used to have long phone calls, like an hour long, like your school friends would call you and you'd chat on the phone for like hours and you really enjoyed that? Now when people call me, I'm like, did someone die? Why is someone calling me?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what this number is. This is when this.
Yeah, pairs. I feel like I'm fairly committed to Pinfu. Drawing another eight. I've got plenty of pairs here. I don't need a third pair potential. What I need is some nice weight shapes. And I can get those nice weight shapes with the 6 man or the 5 bamboo. Whereas now I throw the 9 bamboo, even if I drew the 7, pain, because then I've managed to make
Hold on.
myself footy 10.
I'm sorry.
That's all
I
right.
actually might need to call this back. I'm
You
sorry.
take
Give me
that. You
one
take
second. I'm
that.
going to take it. I'm
Yeah.
the worst. So I'm taking a
I'm
phone
going to
call
keep
live on stream.
talking.
Hold on.
Can't get the staff these days. Okay, so yeah, if I draw the 7 bamboo still, even though I've thrown, the 8s, like 5 7 is fine. I can manage that situation. So I think throwing the 8 bamboos and staying committed here is right. I'm just going to have to. Dave's let me down. What do you reckon he's calling about? Who do you reckon he's talking to? He sounded pretty important. He's not going to put his microphone on mute though, so I guess we'll get to hear. I guess it's about the parlor, maybe the parlor, the studio, the mahjong studio. Oh, he can't hear on stream. Oh, okay. It
Okay, I'm
was
back.
only muted for you guys, but it was one for me.
Oh yeah, that's because because of how I have my speaker set up so that
Okay.
it doesn't interfere with the everything. Um, cool. All right, neat. Yeah, it's delivery. Anyway, So what were we saying about this? Just gonna
I was just saying that, if I draw the 7, it's, having that 8 isn't going to help me now because I'd made myself 30-10 with a 9 bamboo
Oh yeah,
discard.
that's true.
So
That's true. So 7-8 is not going to work. Okay, this is actually not bad though, because now we could have 7-8 over here. If we
yeah,
want to get rid of that last.
checking on the order, Gemma. You should fold posters. I mean, it's not a fold
We should
situation
make a post. We
yet.
should for sure make a "You should fold" poster. I think that's a great idea. It can be you posed like the queen,
How does the
scowling.
queen pose?
I
Well,
don't know.
it
She
did
looks it.
pose.
Well, anyway, that might be not in good taste anymore. I don't know. All right, so you're gonna keep the 3s and cut down the 7-8. This call from across is a little worrisome,
Hmm.
but oh no! So now you have one,
I
two,
think
three,
I think
three,
I'm
four,
becoming
five.
increasingly worried though.
Yeah, because you dropped the whole concept of your pair.
Well, no, because 3, 4, 5 Sand Shocker. Sorry.
Oh my god! All right, it's possible. What? So what am I thinking? I'm gonna get to the end of this row. Another
If I
call.
can get the 3, 4, 5 Sand Shocker, I think
Turn off. Turn off.
that's a good time now.
The 1 goes. It could be good. The 6 is now safe.
The real question here is, do I call if it comes in?
Well, you get here. You get here. You get the 3, 4, 5 Sanshoku after this torturous.
Reach.
We reach it on
Gemma,
the
if you
3,
don't
6.
reach, you should kill yourself. Okay, I
The
didn't. I
6 is
think.
dead, so there's no way you're not getting Sanshoku if you win this.
Yeah,
And
right.
there's 2 3s out on the table, so there's only 2 tiles in the whole world.
But it's worth it. It's 8,000 points minimum.
Yep.
Dark. Sorry, Bio. I did went. Yeah, I would have been very cross with past Gemma.
Wow. Okay, so 1 man is not the worst. 1 man is a discard that might be hesitant. Haku is fine. This 5 man says that player left is
Does
in it to
not
win it.
care for my
Does not care.
nonsense.
Does not care. 4 comes out. This 4 also says player right might not care that much either.
They cheer. I don't think anyone cares for my nonsense.
No one, no one gives a crap. And a sumo from the right.
Yeah, before you show it, look at the discard. Oh, yeah. Now you know I remember.
This is not fair. Now, the 8-man first discard's a little weird. 8 before the 1 and 3 is a little weird.
Yeah.
But
I mean, okay, so let's look at it a little bit more. They hold the south tile, despite 2 already being discarded fairly early. They hold it. I did not notice this potential Yakuman, and it was, and so I hadn't reviewed my game, so I'm reviewing it now. But in the cold light of day, that south discard should have started to make me concerned.
Yeah, I could see that. Well,
and also the east throw, right? Like they're not gonna get 3 easts. They are holding 2 honor tiles despite 2 of them being out on the table in the first line discards. They must have been using them for something. So me not spotting that potential Yakuman and reaching into it is a error. I got away with it somehow. I didn't deserve to get away with it. I should have folded.
I love how your gameplay outcomes exist on this like separate loot table of what you deserved to have happen versus what actually did have happen. It's very much the opposite, because I feel like there's a bad attitude people sometimes have where they're like, well, I got away with it. Like I did something bad, but like I didn't deal in, so it doesn't matter. It's like, no, you did something abstractly bad and you shouldn't do it. But I think it's funny that you do take the opposite, where it's like, I did something, I missed this thing. And so effectively, like I should have just like I effectively dealt into it, like I deserve. It's like.
But if I'd have spotted it and still declared reach, well, then we'd have had a discussion about whether I should reach or not. The fact I didn't spot it, that's bad. I think this is this is a fairly textbook. This is a potential Kokshi on the table. It.
this second row, when you got the South coming out so late,
Mhm.
you throw the 7 and the 4 because this upper row makes it look like maybe it's like a pin flush.
I mean, the upper,
Maybe it's
yeah,
something a little weird. Like
yeah,
it's not
the
necessarily Kokshi here.
you can tell they're not got pin through from the first row. However, as soon as that second row starts, why would you have held the South? And okay, let's say that you could think, oh, maybe they got it, maybe they're holding a safe tile. However, that East coming out later, no way is a dealer holding 2 safe tiles on this table. There's nothing else risky going on.
Hmm.
So, and I declared Ricci after the East came out, I think. Oh no, maybe not.
No, I don't think they'd had 2 tiles taken from
No,
me.
they had 2s. And still, I still think that, my little spidey senses have been going in the South. I pride myself
Yeah.
on, I really enjoy discard reading. Not pride myself, I'm pretty poor a lot of the time, but I really enjoyed discard reading, and this was textbook, and I missed it. No?
No, I agree. I agree. I agree.
Thank
I
you.
think like
Thank you. Thank you.
the
Thank you.
South should have been like, well, the South is either I'm bailing right now, but then it was followed by this as
Yeah. Yeah, no one bails of a 7-pin.
yeah, like
Or a
these 2
4 with
these 2 make
bamboo.
it very clear that that's not bailing. Bailing is not happening there. They're just throwing whatever. They don't care. The East being held so long is also just weird.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, lots of
Mm.
weird things happen. However, this should have been on my radar. And I remember when that Kokshi was called, I was like, oh my God. Like
Uh,
it was totally out of left field. I didn't see it, wasn't on the radar. And it should have been on the radar. So I was playing poorly.
I feel like you just say you missed something. I don't know. It's you missed something.
I mean, I don't. I think when you
Just the
when you review
Kokshi
games, I
one.
think
Okay.
it's okay. I care. I think it's okay to be, this is a mistake.
Hmm.
You know. Oh, okay, and then I draw this nonsense. No, I think to not have at least clocked that suggests that I'm not paying enough attention.
Hmm.
And if I'm not paying enough attention, I'm not going to get first places. I'm going to get seconds and thirds because I'm
Well,
partly on
it's not
autopilot.
that bad. The differential's only 58K. So just a few direct hit 5-ons and you're good.
Well, but that's the thing. This is how you get into second and third plateau, right? Because you do need to be paying attention to get yourself up into first. You can autopilot your way through seconds and third places if you're an experienced player, but even as
That's
an
true.
experienced player, you need to switch on to get to first.
My
Or,
counterpoint is
on,
going to be I like how you're like, oh, I've had such a terrible run. I've been playing, mediocre. I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. But like, what pushes you down into second is a dealer sumo kokshi.
Okay, but this was
Like
just
that's what
this
it
was a
takes
randomly
to
selected
keep
game,
you
to
out
be
of the
fair. So
running.
maybe this is, but no, but I think identifying the problem, which was I did not pay attention and of all things, pay attention to the dealer's discards. That's an
Mm.
issue. That is an issue. If I'm
No,
looking
no,
to
I
identify the reasons that mean I'm not getting the placements I feel I can achieve,
I'm not going to disagree
then
with that. I'm not going to disagree with that. If you feel again, if you're saying like, yeah, you should have been paying more attention to that. Yeah, probably should have noticed it.
hmm,
Didn't notice it. I didn't notice it when we were going through this because I was looking mostly at
hmm,
your hand.
yeah.
Um,
But that's the dealer. That's the dealer.
mm.
I should have been paying attention.
And now they get to
I would.
stay the
It's a
dealer.
shame. It's a shame that I couldn't wipe it from my brain and see if I'd have spotted it whilst we were doing the review. But of course, as soon as the hand was drawn, it all came flooding back to me, and
Uh,
ugh,
the
I
old
could feel the
mahjong
I could
memories.
feel the fresh anxiety.
So what do we do here? What do we do here?
I'm going to throw
This,
the 1-2 bamboo. They're not a great shape because 2-4-6 is a better shape, and I'm still going to be aiming towards that flush.
all right, we're looking at flush. Get rid of the 1-2. Get rid of the
You see,
2
Pez, you're being
again.
very generous. I don't think that's a small mistake. I think that's a large mistake. Not paying attention to your dealer's discards is a large mistake. Large.
Get rid of 2-4-6. Hold the
It may not have
6-7.
changed. It may not have changed the outcome because they summoned, but it was
Oh,
a large mistake.
God damn it. This is the worst. I hope everyone in our audience now understands why this is the worst.
I was definitely paying attention at this point. Okay, I have
Yeah,
Yakuman on my brains
yeah,
now.
yeah. Our Yakuman Happy Dealer can never be given the chun. So we're now dead because we can never discard that tile ever, 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 ever. And that sucks. So we're just gonna plow
Yeah,
along.
all our brains now are focused on Yakuman.
Yeah, and get more tiles for our man flush.
Hi, Siri. Merry New Year.
Yes, you're right. And that's and the dealer mercifully ends it off of someone, not us. Um, with just
Oh, oh, they got
because they threw the door. Why'd they throw the Dora into this? I wasn't even thinking about the Dora. What are you doing? You just huck the Dora at
Oh,
this.
should I find another game?
Hold on, this is a Hataku Dora for Haneman off the dealer, and this just what are you doing? Chitoi Tenpai. Well, why didn't you just switch?
um,
What? Why didn't you just switch to make your Chitoi actually good?
I'll post you another game whilst you angst over that. There we go.
Dear Lord. I mean, even if I'm hoping dealer wasn't Tenpai, like, why would I not want? I mean, I guess yeah. The
I'm second by playing perfect. Well, I mean, that's always one of the things in Mahjong, right? Sometimes it's best just to watch the bodies of your enemies float by.
like oh Yakuman bamboozlement right works
It
every.
does.
It's
It
true. It's
does.
true.
And do you know what? I think it works both ways. If I win a Yakuman, I really struggle because I'm like, I've got so many points, I don't know what to do with it, that I just start draining them away for some reason. So I might be first, but I could have been a better first. But yeah, I think Yakuman really impact the psychology of everyone.
It's true, but I just change your weight. Just change your weight to the Dora. Like, why would you not? You're down a lot. You need to do something. I mean, obviously the thought is I'm gonna imagine the thought is the one pin will come out and the Dora almost definitely won't come out. But the reason the door won't come out is this. This is exactly why the door won't come out, because this might happen. Or maybe, and maybe, I mean, heck, people do this. Maybe they're just fucking fed up. They
Yeah.
start playing the game. They sit down like, I'm going to play this game and I want to win. And then
Oh,
like
I
dealer
mean,
Sumo Yakuman,
yeah.
like, well, I'm
I
not
do
going to
Sumo
win now,
Yakuman.
so I just don't care anymore.
Right, but then that's the challenge we all have to get over. Like I very few people
No, there was no
can
reach.
yeah,
If they'd reached this as a fast Cheetoy and it was a challenge, yeah, then they have to throw the door. And I don't even think, at least from where I sit, I don't think reaching this would have been a bad deal. I actually don't think that would have been terrible. If like I think what the 3 was the last. Yeah, they were almost ready on it. They got it. If they'd reached here, that actually makes sense. Yeah, that entirely makes sense. And then they would have been forced to deal in, but then I can feel bad for them. I'd be like, oh man, what terrible luck they had immediately getting and throwing the door into the dealer like that.
I probably would have sat on my Chitoi Tenpai though on the 3 bamboo because dealer had thrown 6.
Yeah, that's true. The 3 has some potential safety
Don't
for the 1
know.
here, but
It's close to the 5 though, close to the door. I don't know.
but either way, like the only reason I can imagine you don't reach here is if you're thinking to your head in your head, I might want to improve this somehow. I might want to play defense or change my weight. And the best time to play defense or change your weight is right here, where you draw the Dora.
No.
And you're like, well,
I think it's Sumo Yakuman, Sumo Dealer Yakuman screws everyone up. However, I would like to point out that my cruddy little weight on the first hand got me the second place. So maybe even my second places are not deserved.
Oh wow, you're really finding things about your play to write off completely, like as aggressively as you can. That's the moral of the story. It's like, so maybe I am garbage. Like, think about that, right?
Oh, come on. If you can't say this about your play, you'll probably never become a good player.
That's fair.
Like I see a lot of people trying to defend things they do. And it's okay sometimes, but I think, being able to attack your play probably ends in a better outcome in the long term.
No, I think it's good to be able to explain what you were thinking. So yeah, this is why I did it. This is what I thought was going to happen. But
Well, Kea, I mean, to be fair, the last 5 to 10 years have really embedded in me that British people are just garbage, as the Americans would say.
No,
It's not a
you're all
fault.
incredibly smart and educated, and you can tell by your accents. That's how we do it.
That's true. That's why. That's why. We know, Dave. You're right. I should move to America.
Yeah, you
People
just
would think
talk, and people be like,
people.
"Oh, she knows everything. She's very smart. She knows it all." Yeah, it's easy. It's easy.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
We don't even. Yeah, we won't know what kind of accent it is. Garbage.
It's
All right, let
funny,
me
isn't
see
it?
this next exciting
Hmm.
game.
I've got another. This ends in another second place for me. Which we're attacking Gemma's second places because Gemma should get first. That's where I belong. See, it's actually a massive arrogance, which is very British as well.
That's a
Is that
little bit. Yeah, first
I
is where you
belong in
belong,
first. So
but you're
why
not
am I
getting
not
it for
there?
some points. It's not
How many
happening to
more
you.
countries do I need to invade or steal their stuff from? Just tell me, I'll do it.
Okay,
You know.
what do we got here? So we got. Ugh, I don't like this. This is bad.
We need more Boston
Boston,
accents.
Boston. I don't want a Boston accent in this.
Do you know what? I'm a real fan of like Southern accents, Texas accents, those kinds of accents. I really like them. No? Okay. Right. I've got an awkward, no, I don't have a Dora. I don't have any Doras.
No, you got nothing.
Uh, this is
This
maybe Itza
nine
then.
pin looks chuckable. The east and
This is
south look chuckable.
garbage.
9 pin goes. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. So we have an Itsu potential.
Hmm. I mean, I'm holding these two
Oh, are you
value
folding? You're
honors.
folding already. Look at you. I'm like, why are you throwing this 3?
No, I'm going for a flush because my shapes in my other suits are garbage.
Okay, 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 okay. And you're getting it slowly but surely. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5.
Ah.
We could call it. South is for sure our pair, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's just a pair, unfortunately.
1 pin.
But these are the flush. I see people running at flush hands when they've got nice shapes in the other suits. And even if you've maybe only got like 2 tiles in another suit and the rest are in one suit, I still think you shouldn't commit to the flush
Hmm.
if it's a good shape.
So I'm not seeing any more flush help happening, though. You'll never draw man tile again now that you've committed to it.
That sounds about right. That's a bit
Yeah,
like
and now
Cheeto,
our
right?
player cross goes into reach. You get your 9, and you throw the safe 2.
Because I'm thinking Cheeto now. And Cheeto's a
Yeah,
great
and you can't
defensive.
throw the east because it hasn't come out at all. And throwing the south really kind of sets you back. And throwing the 8 is also weird.
I can't throw the 8 into. I mean, player cross has thrown out the 9 early, which suggests that I could get away with the 8. Cisan obviously has thrown the 5 pretty early. 9 has done. East has done the same, but Cheeto is a nice defense here, and I've got
Yeah.
plenty. If anything really concerns me, I've got plenty of outs.
Do we huck the 6? We got a 9 and a 3 out here. So we risk it with the 6. All right.
It's not. It's a bit bold. But I can
Another
see it. Right, I
5.
It's not. I can see 3 sevens as well. It's not terrible.
Yeah, I mean
Jeez.
it's justifiable.
Hmm.
We now throw the east. Woo. Get away with
Oh.
it, but that's a bold play here.
This is why I'm getting second. You see that? That's second place right there. That's second place mentality.
We're so close.
Yeah, but then this is what's getting me in second place. Oh, well done, Gemma.
We're so close when we go to the south.
Well
And
done,
it's a
Gemma.
sumo.
Good
It's a
work.
6
Good work.
or north weight.
It was
Wow.
slow, Gemma, but you did it. You did it.
Wow.
Oh, Dora, nice. Nice.
Not the greatest weight, but it's Dora. Yeah, it's Dora, and it's their wind too. So with
Yeah.
the north, it's real big.
Yeah.
It's Hanemon with the north. And like this is what's reached Sumo Dora 3, which is Magan. It's a good hand. Well, it's hard with a weight like this. You really can't guess what it is. But yeah, I think it was right to not push with the 8s.
I think I could have thrown the south before the east.
I might have done that. The east is also pretty darn risky because
I think that was too risky for. And I don't know. Did I throw the east and think, geez, what are you doing, Gemma? But I think again, I'm going to say that's what's getting me in second places. That kind of behavior.
All right, what do we got here? This is pretty all right. We got 3,
For
4,
east,
5.
yeah, it's
we got
not
7,
bad.
8, 9. We got 3, 4, 5. We got a bunch of drag. We got one Dora. And we're just gonna get rid of the other dragons because we don't care about them. Oh wow, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7. All right, we are Ishan 10 right now.
Nice, Gemma.
Pretty
This is how to play a
sick.
game. This is how to play a game.
Well, well,
Wow.
well, well, well. We're gonna reach this
I'm just the most skilled player in the
for
world.
the
Have you seen
six
this?
nine.
I
The
told you,
six
just got to
nine.
draw the right tiles.
And the weight on the 9-man is beautiful because it's a great edge tile that people might decide to risk. Everyone else is obviously folding, or at least trying. Yeah, everyone else is just going around. Ooh,
I can draw
wow!
this
I
maybe.
thought this was a fold, but look at
Oh,
you!
nice.
Look at you, friend. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Let's make this. I can't remember this
The
one.
showdown up, and in their folding, player across hits 9. Um,
Yeah, so it's church you
churches,
visit.
and this
I visit the
is
Church of Cynicism. Is that a thing?
reach Ipe code Dora to flip 2 more Dora. Rude.
That is rude.
What
Okay.
is? I want to know what the left player
Okay. You
had.
say that's rude, but the question now is, if I did that, why did I come second at the end of this game?
That's another good question. So
That's a
this
real problem.
player left chases waiting on a closed 6. Now, from my knowledge of theory, it's actually fine. Like it's not the
Of course I said
greatest weight,
sorry,
but
Pez. Of course I
the
said so.
chase is worth it.
Mm.
And this is just
See
reach
you go,
Dora
come.
though, which is a little bit. Oh, see you go. A little bit, but oh yeah, you drop white before green.
Hmm?
You shouldn't drop white before green
Why?
because there's one green visible already, so green's less valuable than white.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Meh.
But yeah, so this is a chase reach. It's a little chase reach, but the game's really close. So like reach Dora is enough to get them into second place at least.
Second place behavior. But yeah, you're right. That's second place behavior. I agree. More second place behavior identified.
Yeah, and this 9. I mean,
This is
this
what we
9
need.
is really the only thing they could have thrown out of this hand. I guess they could have thrown the 4-pin, but that's also really risky. The 9s just feels less risky. So they made a sane play and they got hit for it. And yeah, now Gemma is taking from first, launching herself into first place. She's got 47k. She doesn't need to do anything for the rest of this game. So how does she beef it?
This is the language I like, Dave.
How does she beef it? How
Gemma
does she beef it? Let's see. What do we got here? A lot of pins. An 8-9 man that I don't love.
What happened? Exactly. What happened?
A
Let's
single
find
chun,
out.
a 3 and a 7. Yeah, this is not bad at all. So what do we do? Okay, we cut the 3. It looks like we're thinking of a flush, maybe. Another 7. Okay, we'll start cutting the 9s. All right. I mean, we also have 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs.
I'm thinking either I get the red or I'm just gonna call it for open Tenhou.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like, which is I think fine.
How should Beaver come back after break? Yeah, this is why we need an editor.
Another south. Yeah. Join us next time. Okay, we got a Dora. So now the 8-man come out. So now we're probably thinking Tenhou Dora too. That's fine in my mind. At least I'd be thinking,
yeah,
that's
nice.
great.
It's dealer as well.
Yeah.
No
Player left
problem.
grabs the east. Player left, and throws a Dora.
Maybe this is the problem, that I underestimate the value of someone else's hand and I throw in.
We cut down. We get our 6, 7, 8 lined up. We don't want the 9. But player across grabs the 9. Now player across maybe is doing a flush. This is very alarming.
This is alarming.
But we grab the 8 right back and throw the chun. Player left grabs the chun. We're still getting away with it barely. But we have to throw this. Oh wow! All right, this is a high stakes table right now. I don't like anything good. Pong the 1-pin.
Maybe I got caught up in the passion of what was happening.
So we pong the 7-pin and throw the 4, waiting on the 3, 6-pin. So we're Tenpai now.
Yeah, right.
We made it.
I'm in that mentality that I'm dealer and I'm going to do it no matter what. Do I need to be in that mentality when I'm so far ahead? Maybe not.
Extend the chun to a con. Switch to the 5-8 so wait. Why?
So the 3-pin is safe on the left.
Oh, I see. Okay. We're scooching around the left. Another con. Con.
Well, it's a good thing that I did.
And that makes this the Dora. What is happening at this table?
And I see what's happened now. I've kind of got myself into a position where it's really tough to fold out, right?
A pong from left. What is going on? Everyone at your table has gone ape shit, and now you're sitting with this,
What
and
do you
now
think?
you're gonna wait on the 6-man alone, which is better than the 5-8 weight, I think, now that, like, because the 5-8 weight has so many tiles dead.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I'm probably throwing the 8 because I think it's safer. I don't know what I'm reading on that one though,
Player
'cause
across throws the double Dora 6 out of their hand, gets away with it. There goes your third south, which maybe you should have held on. Actually, no, it's eastbound. It's
at
not
this moment,
viable.
I'm like, I'm probably just pure relief right as I toss that out.
Your 5 comes out that you didn't think you were going to get. What? You throw the 6 to switch to the 2-5 pin weight.
Ooh, Gemma, why did you do that? Oh, I don't know actually. Can I throw pins into this?
You kind of can't.
No, I can't.
You kind of can't.
I could have thrown the
Well-
6 bamboo and actually just bailed. I could have just started bailing from the
I mean,
bamboos.
no, because of this player. They've only thrown
Which
one.
player?
Like player left. They threw the 3-4 real early. Like, I doubt they want the 2.
I don't know. I think a 2. I think no. I'm not happy with a 6-man throw.
That
I
is
think
a
that's
gutsy throw. Like,
no.
I think I would feel fairly okay against this guy because of what he's cut out.
yeah. But then why
this
didn't
guy? I don't know.
I
And-
should have thrown the 6 bamboo, and then in the next moment I'm pushed the 8 bamboo. I should have folded. Gemma didn't
Cross
fold.
goes for it. It becomes toy time for them, obviously. Wow, I would have been so. I can't believe you threw that 3 because
Yeah, but does it matter at that point, right? Like, I guess I should have thrown the 6 bamboo.
the
Yeah, it
reason
does
the
matter.
reason I can't believe you threw the 3 is because I could
The
easily
2.
believe their hand was 6-6-2-3,
Mm,
and they
mm,
called the
mm,
6 to lock in the toy,
mhm,
and
mhm,
they deal the 2.
mhm,
It can't be
mhm,
6-6-1-2 because they throw. Well, if it is, they're footy 10, so fine.
mhm.
And you just huck that 3 right after. I would have been terrified of that.
I don't know. See, I
Terrified
don't.
of
I guess
that.
in my brain, I think that they're more likely to had 6-6-2-4 to call the 6. Because why? If you've got a
They'd thrown the 4
1-4
though.
weight.
They'd already thrown the 4.
Oh right, yeah. No,
And
no,
they're
no,
not,
no,
and
no.
they can't win
Sorry,
on
they
the.
had 2. They had 2-4. Oh, because why would you have? Oh, they've got the 1 man. I see what you mean. Yeah, okay, 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 okay. No, well, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Then this is why I suck. Okay.
Well, I'm also coming at this from an interesting angle, but we'll continue.
Hmm.
The 3.
No, I think you're
other
right.
double Dora 6. They could have had so many points if they'd held the Dora.
Yeah, second place plays. Exactly, Pez. Second place plays. That's what Gemma's doing here. What? Oh no, the four's pretty safe at this point. No, the four's fine here.
Yeah, the 4
but they
is
were-
hard safe on a cross, and it doesn't. I don't think left
yeah.
wants
The
it,
four's
really.
fine. The four's fine.
The 4 is fine.
Considering it happened around
And
it. But yeah.
our right hand player that we've been very worried about pin tiles on wins
Mm-hmm.
with a man flush almost. What is happening? This hand is apeshit bonkers. What is going on here?
But so even though this isn't what sinks me into second place, you can see the plays and the attitude I'm bringing to the table, which is getting me into second place in the long run, right?
Hold on. I want to understand a lot of what's going on. I want to look at this with everyone's hand open, please. Okay. So this player very quickly has 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. They've got a thing going. They're actually are they Ishan Tenhou? What were they doing? Why would they even they
Why would
Okay.
they not want Sanshoku?
This guy already knows what his hand is. Being dealt this. Sure.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
All right, fine, right? You did it. You did
Across,
it.
I don't know what you're doing across. Like, I'm not sure what's happening here. This guy feels like he knows what his hand is. With the 4, they flatten out to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so they're like Ishan 10 on the Itsu here.
Hmm.
Then what? How does this all go so wrong for everyone? Okay, they don't want the extra 7 because they've got the shapes they want. Okay.
So Pez thinks the 9 bamboo pawn was surprisingly early.
It felt that way also. So with this extra 1, they decide it's Pinfu time instead of Itsu time, I
No,
guess.
I think they're thinking Sanshoku time.
Yeah, maybe Sancho could. Yeah,
Because
yeah. Instead of Itsu,
no,
you're
it's
now
not great. Yeah.
Ishanten on Pinfu Sanchoku Dora 1, maybe 2 if you get the 6.
Hmm.
So I mean, Itsu's 2, Sanchoku's 2, but
Hmm.
Sanchoku lets you play a little wider, and you only get the Itsu with a 9.
Hmm.
While this gives you, I don't know. You're
Or
trading.
I do think Sandshock is just a bit more flexible because I mean, yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah,
if you had a 369 weight, two of those weights do not give you the Itsu. Whereas if you've got a Sandshoku, you've got two weights. One of them does give
yeah.
you the Sandshoku,
And the
right? The
nice thing
two.
about this shape is whichever side you fill next, you can well actually no, if it's 4, 5, 6, you actually
No,
can't
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
grab it. No.
It's a bit of an awkward mess. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, okay, that's a little bit of an awkward play. Um so
But you
that's a
could.
little
I mean,
rough.
if you get the 3-pin or the 3-so, you're happy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. If you get the 3, yeah. So
So
there's some good
yeah,
outs, but like there's some awkward shapes
yeah.
also. Okay, so now
Mm.
again, this guy gets his Haku. Okay, we know what he's doing. Good for
Yeah.
him. West comes and goes, East comes and goes, and it gets grabbed. He grabs the East, he throws the 6. Okay, now he's in Flushville actually. Sure. So he grabs the East. All right, we're pushing. This player looks like they are already right now saying that Toy Toy is what they want,
Mm.
which okay. I mean, are they Ishan 10 right now? No, they're not Ishan 10 right now. Okay, we get a 5. We like having our pair of 5s. So we go. We get our 8, we're happy. We get another 2, we don't like it. We get our Haku and we throw the 4. A little odd in my mind, but okay. We'd rather have the Dora. Fine. I'm a little surprised at this play here on the left.
Well, they want the more openness, the ability to call with the flush hand, right?
Yeah, but they lose their Daisangen.
I think they're realists at this point in the game.
Yeah, it's still sad. Um, and here across Pong's the 9 so.
Mm.
That's very aggressive.
That is.
Real aggressive. And they throw out the 8 because yeah, it's Toy Toy time. That's what we're doing. Okay. We grab the 8 because we love ourselves. The Chun gets grabbed because they need their Chun. And they cut the 5 because this leaves them Tenpai on the 7. Okay. They take their Tenpai on the 7. Okay. The Haku comes out. No one was getting the Haku anyway, so everyone feels smart about themselves. We throw the 1 and we throw the 7 down to cut down to closer to Toy Toy. Throw the 4. 7 comes out.
Yeah, Susan probably wanted to do exit out of whatever silliness was happening,
Yeah,
right?
throw the Haku. Get the Chun, we con it. Our 5 pin becomes Dora. Good for us. We get the 8, we throw it. Now
Sure, we know D is still a crazy person.
I'm thinking D's a crazy person. D's not even Tenpai at this point, which is like a little shocking to me. Dealer's
I know,
Tenpai.
like a Toy Toy Rush is kind of fun though, right?
It can be. Okay, and we throw the 3 to avoid this, right? We talked about this. We get our 3 1s, and we decide we're going to throw this 4. Probably this is this player being like, I'm getting out of here.
My
I don't
question
like this.
here is why they didn't call the 3-pin and take the Tenpai. I would have called the 3-pin and
Because they
taken
can't
the
win with it
Tenpai.
with the 1s in there.
No, so they throw. They're shorter pair. Yeah, but they wouldn't have drawn that one, right? So no.
Well, if they take the 3 pin and a Tenpai, they still can't win.
Yeah, they can if they get a 3 bamboo.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Take the 3 pin and go for the Sanshoku only Tenpai.
Yes.
Call the 3 pin, throw the 2-man.
Yes.
And hope to get the 3 bamboo.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but if they draw the door, they're screwed. But then they do have these 1-mans to get the hell out of there with.
Yeah,
So maybe
if they draw the door, they're screwed, and then they have to exit. But I mean, the table looks to me like it'll throw me a 3 bamboo if it gets it.
Yeah, but at the same time, well, there's ups and downs.
If you're folding, you don't have to worry about 30-10.
There's folding. A few things that they might have been dreaming of. They might have been dreaming of taking advantage of this delicious extra door because they're the only player left who can reach. I know I'd be thinking that. I'd be thinking everyone else can't reach. And if I reach, I'm going to terrify all of them. They're all going to try to bail. And I'll get lots of extra bonus tiles. So maybe they're hoping to be able to do that.
Maybe I'm just more aggressive. I think if I
No,
was gonna,
the aggressive pusher. But the other thing, again, what I'd probably thinking is 3 out of 4 players on this table are pushing.
I think they're worried about the one man from ASAN. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good point. They probably are worried about the man's. Yeah, I think that's a good point, Pez.
Yeah, so they play
With
a
the
little
five
more
man coming
cautious.
out late, yeah.
We get our 6, we con the 6. We get the 1 pin, we con the 1 pin. Everything goes nuts. We get a new Dora, and we throw the Hots. The Hots, which is a big risk, but it's that or throw a double Dora or a Dora. So we throw a Hots. Our dealer pongs a Hots and throws the 9, and now it's just waiting on the 8. The 8 alone. Whew. We throw this 8, which is a little risky, and get away with it. The Hots get thrown. This is very interesting to me.
I don't think. I think that he's only worried about D-San's only worried about A-San at this point. They don't care about anyone else on the table, right?
Yeah, but I'd throw that too. I wouldn't be throwing a double Dora.
Yeah, but they're worried that the mans are alive, right? With the 5 man and the 9 man.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
maybe the
I don't
5
know.
pin. I don't know.
I mean,
It's
the six bamboo is safe.
well,
On
we
that.
look very scary in pin. Actually, we look incredibly scary in pin.
Yeah,
So no one
right.
wants to throw the 5 pin because we're the
Yeah,
dealer,
yeah,
and we look like we're aggressively hoarding pins.
yeah.
No one wants to throw the man tile. So yeah, maybe they're of the opinion based on these pools that the so tiles in general are depleted. No one seems to really be hoarding them.
No, and you can see 5. So you can see 3 of the 5 bamboos already. You can see 2 of the 7s. You can see 2 of the 4s. Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know what? I think it's okay.
Aeson feels really sad because they get the 7 that they wanted before, and now they cut the 8 to just wait on the 7, which is a little weird to me
I probably would
because
have thrown 7 because you can
this
see
is
1 7
yeah,
across
this
from
is 7 on the
CSAN.
table already. It's
And if
safe.
anyone, yeah, if anyone wants to do any silly sushi stuff, they're gonna throw an 8, right?
Yeah. Um so this is and this is where Season gets Tempai. I'm very surprised Season doesn't reach. Oh wait, no, I see why they don't reach. They don't reach because they don't think they're going to win. Because it's a 3-6 weight and all the 6s have been eaten. And 2 3s are on the table. So Season's just like, I don't really think I'm going to finish this anyway. I'm not going to throw 1,000 points on the table just to get eaten by someone else. I don't think I'm going to finish it. We got North. Aeson, you lack commitment.
Oh,
You
sucks for
lacked
you, Aisan. I'm
commitment.
sorry.
So the 8 comes through. They missed their hand. Their big beautiful hand that could have been theirs. 2 comes out, which is the tile that they'd been afraid to throw. 2, so we hold the Tempai. Hold Tempai. Hold Tempai. Here we swap with the 6 to call and throw the 2, but it was the 2, and so now they're just waiting on the 5. We throw the 3, which was terrifying.
This is some massive optimism play going
They
on.
throw the other Dora, which would have gotten them their hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Han hand. Throw the 9 pin. We tuck the 4. The West comes out, and now this makes sense. If you have to pick 3 versus 5, 3's hard safe on the player who looks like they're hoarding pins. They throw the 3. That's the right pick at that point.
I mean, I think here, like, is it CSAN? Who are we looking at? I can't even. Thanks Tenhou for like just the player on our right.
On our right, yeah.
I think because they've been so quiet, everyone's forgotten they exist, right?
A little bit.
So if they'd have chord reach, everyone would remember they existed, and maybe things would look different again, right?
Yeah.
But by being quiet and just, that's probably what got them there, right?
I want to see what the reverses would have been if they'd called reach. These are the 4. It would have
Oh, look,
been
there's the
6
5 pin
man,
there.
Hots, 3 pin, and 2. So they wouldn't even gotten much out of it. So whatever. I mean, that's real rabbit chasing there. But yeah. It's. I mean, it comes. I still think I agree that 9 so call was real early. It was real fast. Maybe a
Mm.
little bit pushing it, but so it goes. And what you thought was an easy Tenhou hand became a fucking ordeal. But at the end of the day, nothing bad happened. You're still up at 47. So hey, that's cool. So now everyone's stressed, I think. Everyone
that
playing
was a
this game is
stressful hand,
stressed.
right?
At least I would be. Oof. All right. So what do we got? We can just Haku our way to victory here if we really want to. Okay, we get our 7, we throw our lone 2, that makes sense. We get our chin, we throw our south, that makes sense. We get our 6 for the 5-6, we throw a lone 2, this all makes sense. We don't want hotsets come out a bunch. We grab the Haku, we're off to the races. Yeah, we're just going to do this. We don't need an 8. We're going to throw out this pair of 8s because we don't want a pair of 8s. We're keeping 7-8 in case we get a cool 9. We get rid of the other 8s, so now we can have 5. We can have something like this is our pair if we want. Oh, there we go. So now we can have 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Now we're each on 10. 2, 2. Oh, I would have maybe thrown the 6 pins at that point, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I'm a little bit antsy about the Dora.
okay. But now we're tenpai.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd have to throw the 2 instead of the 5. Keep the door. The door
Yeah.
we got is important. We're rating on the 4-7. And does it happen or not? Just hanging out.
I mean,
It doesn't happen. And everyone. Oh no, it doesn't happen. And half of us are tenpai. All right. So our dealer is waiting on the 4-7 as well. How smart we are. Look at us. We're cool and smart. All right.
mhm.
We still gain points. Still hanging out in first. I don't see any beefing of it yet. This hand's okay. It's fine. Get Nate. Get rid of a south. 5, 6, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we got some stuff. Don't need a 1. Keep the 6. 6, 7, 8 is here. Oh, we got a 6, 7, 8 Sanchoku opportunity here.
Hmm.
South gets grabbed by south. Okay. And then a reach. What do? We throw the 4. It's a little rough, but okay.
I don't have any obvious
Yeah,
safe.
nothing is hard safe here. The 4 at least has the 1, so you have 1 side
Mm.
Suji, so it's better than literally nothing. Yeah.
It's very not safe, but I haven't got anything safe to discard, so
Well,
you
that's
may
not
as
true.
well just
You
do
had
what
the
benefits
6.
you. The 6 is safe to this.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You had the hard safe 6, so you play the 4 because you want to keep playing it for better or worse, and then it's a sumo.
Okay. What can you do?
Mangan sumo. 3, 4, 5, 7. It was a 2-5 weight with 2 reds. So yeah, reach sumo. 1 normal Dora, and then 2 reds. Okay, well that happened.
No.
Not that big of a deal for you. You're still pretty far ahead.
Yeah,
This,
and I'm not
hand,
D-less.
This hand says Chanta to Dave.
This hand says garbage to me.
We got an extra one. Hey, Reki. We throw that 9. Don't do that. Don't do that. We got 7, 7. Oh, we got some.
But look at the Dora positioning, though. You know, like.
Yeah. Oi, this is not happening. 7, 7, 8, 8. Like this is so gross right now.
It's like the worst Cheetoy.
Nothing is coming. Oh, it is a Cheetoy though. We could do Cheetoy. We got 5 pairs. We're almost ready on Cheetoy. Fine, we made it. Oh, but now we have like a Pong. Do we toy this out? Do we just aggressively crazy toy this hand?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, the one with the bamboos is already down, right? So.
Yeah. A reach happens, and what do we do?
Tanya,
okay,
Tanya,
well,
call you Tanya. Yeah.
Yeah, we start throwing our hard safe one, so which makes sense.
Yeah, nice, Gemma,
nice. Again. It's fine. And we grab, and now we're tenpai on this just plain old Tenhou. But is this worth challenging? Okay, we don't con. which is interesting because
No, it's not interesting
it's a
because
safe
it's safe.
tile.
It's hard safe. Yeah.
5 is hard. Yeah, no, I'm just saying we're keeping our hard safe. We also don't switch to the 3-6 weight because it's hard safe.
Yeah. I'm folding and playing the best.
Throw the 2
The
instead of the
best.
5, and then sure.
Do you know what? That's good play. I did that
Yeah.
well. I'm not backing off that.
No, you
Smart.
played this about right. Yeah. After the reach, everything you did was very safe. We
Mm.
sumo on Adora 3. No, I'm sorry, Sanako.
All right. Okay. Now we're seeing where I
Oh,
become
I'm sorry.
third.
I'm stupid. This is Menzen Sumo North Chun concealed half flush. I'm just dumb.
Yeah.
I just saw a 3.
Oh,
I'm like, oh,
sorry.
it must be 3 door. Nothing else is 3. Mine looking at the 2-man discard. Which 2-man discard? Our 2-man discard?
Mine.
What I'm curious about a
So
couple things.
it's safe because the left player is prone to 2-mans. Yeah.
Yeah. The 2-man is very safe. Oh yeah, what would you
Yeah.
have drawn for the con? You would have drawn the 7-man,
Yeah.
I
But
believe,
yeah.
if you conned, which wouldn't have been very helpful. What was the
And I wouldn't.
reach?
Yeah.
The reach across was a 5-8 so weight. Reach Pinfu Tanya, maybe Ipeko. Dora
Yeah.
Dora.
Yeah.
Good hand. They should have reached it. Like I feel like they played it right.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of played it right. There were no so tiles coming out from over here, except this 1-8 so, which I bet is exactly when they got 10. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Crazy. This is 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4. Yeah, this is 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. This is 10 pi on the 3 so.
They were Philly 10.
No, they weren't.
Who's Philly 10? Oh, because the 8 bamboo came down and they didn't take it from Sisan. Is that what you mean?
Wait. Who's didn't run
In
on the
the
8S?
Yeah. So the 8 bamboo comes out and they could have won, but they held out to get more points.
They passed it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, they had thrown it.
Oh. Oh yeah, sorry. Me and David dum-dums.
Oh, no, I just don't expect anyone to ever do
We're
this. I don't
second
expect
place
anyone to ever
players.
do
We're
it.
second place players. We're second place players. That's why. Me
Don't
and
lump
Dave,
me in with
second
you,
place
okay?
players. He's the third place.
No,
I'm the second
you're right.
place.
I didn't even think anyone would do that. You're right. Yeah, the 8 so gets called, and then they build this 5, 6, 6, 7. I don't know why they even accept the shape into their hand, but they get back to the point where they're only going to be able to sumo the 5
I
so.
think that's okay. I'm a big fan of Furi Tenrichi. Don't let people put you off Furi Tenrichi. If you get yourself into this position, which people do, and you will naturally reach. Doesn't matter. You're the dealer. You're going to draw
Oh,
it,
it's
and
really weird.
by reaching, I certainly changed my behavior. Everyone else's game will be changed by you as dealer reaching.
Yeah. They pushed
Yeah.
it. And then after this, they throw the 2 to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6. So it's a Chun 4, 7 so weight, which is even better for them.
If you're a new player and you're watching, though, there is no shame in the free turn reach. There is no shame. No
And
shame.
then they just draw the Chun. Sheesh. Ugh, and the rest of those 5s were all eaten up. The rest of those 5s were never coming, but you never know that. That is rough. That is rough times.
Yeah, that is rough for everyone involved on this one, really.
Sheesh. And now this Haneman Sumo pulls them closer to you.
Well, so now we're in that weird situation where basically this hand could be the last hand of the game, right?
The player across has 5,200, so it's not
Well,
trivial.
but you have to play it in the
Yeah, it could
imagination.
have.
If I want to be first place, I'm going to have to be a bit more aggressive and lock that in, because it could be, even if Asan wins, that
Although
could
if
lock
I was
us.
D-Sun, I'd be really happy with this draw. Although I'm going to hide it again. I'd be like, this is my time to shine as D-Sun. But
yeah, but
yeah, you got to consider.
I think we're going to see a lot more aggression, because of course, D-San opposite is going to get very aggressive. I'm going to want to be aggressive. C-San's going to want to be getting this, they're going to be pitting for anything they can. So yeah, it's really
Yeah, no one's got time anymore.
you saw aggression before. Like I think it's going to really, it's going to be even more now.
Yeah, no one's got time to fuss around anymore. Like everyone's got to move. And this looks like it could be a great toy Tenhou hand if you really want to just go nuts. It's a little far off, but it could happen.
I think I'm going to call it. I think I have to call it.
Yeah. Give hots to a
Because
cross. That's
because
fine.
at the
Flush
moment
comes
my
out.
worst situation is I'm going to drop to second. It's going to take a lot to drop me from first, second positioning at this point.
Yeah. Oh, here you are. You've got your Tenhou pretty much set up, but you still need to do something to finish it off, and it's a little awkward in shape.
It's that awful point, right? If you do nothing, you're second, and if you do something, you might end up being second anyway.
See, I don't know if I wouldn't have thrown the 5-so here.
No, I can tell you exactly why you shouldn't.
Because of Suji on the Dora.
No, not even that reason. Because I can call from anyone on the table for a triplet.
Yeah, but that doesn't get you Tenpai.
Right, doesn't matter though. I can call for anything for a triplet. So it means this for me in my head. This is a calling hand, so I'm putting myself in a position where I can call more often.
See, I don't like that. In my mind, what I'd be wanting to do is get rid of maybe the 6-pin. I need to get this hand done, and I can't afford to have 3 or 4 calls I need to make to get ready. That's what I think about it.
I probably won't need 3 or 4 calls, but I want to be able to call it. The next thing that comes down, I can call. I'm calling. Fair.
And it doesn't actually get you closer to Tenpai.
Yeah, but throwing the 5 doesn't get me close to Tenpai.
Throwing the 5, you need to start getting like. I feel like what I'm thinking is you have too many pairs. You have too many pairs clogging up this hand and no way to turn it into any other shape. If you get a 2 or 5, you're good. With
okay, 3, 3, so if I wanted to keep the 6, then I would suggest I threw the 8-man.
Yeah, 8-man's fine too. I feel like one of these 2 pairs is what you'd want to be getting rid of.
That's what I imagine. I think this. I think there's two roads you can take, and in the calling, if you're taking the calling road, you keep your pairs because they're easier to call. I've committed to calling. And I feel even better now that someone has canned the 4s.
See, you know why? That's true. That's a good feeling. And now your 6s are very valuable. Now the Dora gets ponged. He cons the 4th throw. Now I'm upset because at this point I'm like, you just conned. You closed some terminals. I have a more valuable hand. Cool. You just threw the Dora, which is upsetting to me. And then our dangerous last place player just called the Dora. All of this is not good.
Everyone is going, as I said, it's exactly what I said. This is a volatile, crazy hand. It's going to be volatile and crazy.
Okay, there's one thing you succeeded at here, though. You're now Tenpai on Chitoi. By holding all these pairs, you're Ishanten and Chitoi. And so now you have your Tenhou Chitoi Dora 3. Your Hanemon
not what you want,
though,
is it? It's not what we want, though, really.
It's not, but I'd probably reach this. I'd probably have just reached this.
No, but no one's going to throw that 4. No one's going to throw that 4. I'm noodling around to see if I can find a better weight. I want them
all upset. Oh, maybe that's true. I could see waiting to see if I could get a better weight.
No, the 4 is a terrible weight.
This I might reach.
Look, there's. Do I reach it?
You hold the.
No. But I mean, there's no suggestion that the 1 pin would come out or is safe on me. Can I offer you a Chitoi in this trying time?
Yeah, can I offer you a Chitoi in this trying? That would have been the perfect opportunity.
I mean, what would I like to wait on? Oh God, thing is, what if I get a red dragon in this? I've got to hold it, and I can hold it now.
You already threw a red dragon.
Yeah, I know, but I did. No. I don't know what I was thinking.
You threw the red dragon around here as you drew it because it wasn't helpful.
Okay. And everything, things weren't as volatile at that point.
Yeah, and then everything went nuts. Okay. And now, but like this, I would have. If you're not going to reach here, you should reach with the 1 pin.
This is the point, right? Okay. I don't think I'm going to reach this at all. Cause I'm already Hanemon, right?
No, you're not. Oh no, you are. I'm sorry. This is Hanemon as is.
So I don't think that the reaching is going to make anyone back down. I don't think it's going to change anyone's behavior, and it's not going to change my points. So why bother?
I guess that's true because both of these other players are so far down they can't afford it. Disan might be like, well, that sucks, and keep playing because what can Disan do? If Asan wants to catch up, they want to, and if they deal in, they won't care. Like they're not going to go into 4th.
And let's say Asan. So if I take 1,000 points off my points, then I'll be in second place, right? Now let's say that the player on the left runs from Disan and ends the game. If they did that, then I would have been in.
No, it's a problem. But now you end up dealing into Disan, which I don't think is really avoidable. Like you're either taking this Tenpai or not.
With
The
that fruity 10. Yeah, I think if I
yeah.
hadn't thrown the 9 man before, then we'd have had
Yeah,
a
no,
longer
you're
conversation about the right discard, but it was
I mean, even if you did what I thought and just reached and switched to the one pin, like people's behavior might have changed a little bit, but assuming that Deson didn't totally
mm.
bail, there's no
I
there's no
don't think
avoiding
this is a
this.
yeah, do you know what? I don't think I've done terribly here.
No, I don't think so. I don't think this is a Hanuman hand you have sitting here, which is great, and I don't see how dealing this was a
Mm.
bad
Yeah,
play.
I didn't need a honeyman really, but yeah.
Yeah, it just
But
sucks.
psychologically, I'm going to be in a bad place now,
Yeah,
and you're
I'd
going
be
to see
unhappy
bad
about that.
play.
I like how you guarantee this. Like it's gonna be bad. I'm gonna
I
do bad
guarantee
play.
you
That's how it
bad
works. It's
play.
gonna happen.
Right now, I should be throwing the 8 man, but I
Yeah,
won't
you
because I'm
do.
going to
You
become a
threw the
bad
eight. You
player. I
immediately threw
do.
the eight
Oh,
man.
well
Yeah, you
done,
threw the
Gemma.
eight man. It's
Oh
fine. You
no.
did it. Now you have your 4/5, and you get rid of the chun. All right, we got some good. Oh, we got five. Everything's coming up, Gemma, right now. We're Tanyaing this out like nobody's business. We get the 3 pin, and we have 3/5/7. We can definitely
Hi,
hold.
Anna Busty.
What bad could happen? Hey, Bus. Um, everything's great for you.
How does this go wrong?
Yeah. What's wrong here? Okay, we don't need another 5 man.
3, 4, 5, 6, chuck.
We got 5, 6, 7. We're Tenpai. Okay. This is now Pinfu Tanyao Dora Dora, as is. We don't reach it because we want to be crafty.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
win. Right back off. Right back off. Look at that. We get our points right back. But we get more of them because we're the dealer this time. Okay. So
How do I screw this up?
this seems like a big win for Gemma right
Okay,
here.
but we're now back into the game of anything could end this game.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
Now,
Now he's down to 1,200. Yeah, anything finishes this up. Anything.
So Gemma, how do you screw
Even
this up?
ungentle. Oh, you get dealt 3 Dora.
So these
What is
Dora
going on?
now, I don't remember, but these 3 Dora are what screw me up. You're looking at it, dear audience. Those Dora are what
How?
screw me up.
How can
Because
this...
again, back to the beginning of this, when I said, oh, when you discard reading, the Doras impact and make all your behavior peculiar. And this will make my behavior peculiar, and I will end up dealing in, probably to Cisan.
Let's see.
Or, do you know what? Actually, Desan could just throw in, and then I could just be demoted to second for.
That's true.
But I bet you I don't play quick enough. I need to play quick. Really,
Right,
really quick.
Okay, we throw the 1. That makes sense to me. We get him when we throw him. Fine, it doesn't happen. 6, we throw the isolated 2. That's fine. But it looks like Cisan has some plans to run away, and they think they can get something done. Get a 4 pin we can't use.
And this is problem because of course my 3/4 now is a little bit unhappy now,
we
isn't
call
it?
this, and it looks like we're just going to say Tanyao it out. We're going to Tanyao it out.
Especially with the 2s called, right? So I need to make sure I lock that one in.
Yeah.
Oh,
On the 3s. Get 6, 7 done. But sumo. Okay, this is just a speed contest. You just don't win the speed contest. And the sumo is like 2.5 flush Dora 1 Mangan, and that just pokes you out of first place. That's not bad though.
Okay, I'm okay with that second
bad.
place. I'm okay. That's just a thing that happened.
No,
okay.
no, I think that's just life. Like it was a race to the finish.
Yeah, she was just too skilled. Exactly. Yeah.
What were they doing? I don't know what their initial hand looked like.
I think this game was interesting from the psychological perspective, right?
Really?
Though. Like I think that the mentality and the psychology of the players at the table probably made a massive impact.
Dealing the red 5 so here is meaningful. But at this point they're fine. Like they got everything they need. They're Tenpai from here. Yeah, they're just going, which makes sense. And we're not throwing anything they need. We're throwing these north south that no one wants.
Well, I mean, but they're playing it as if this is the last hand, and they need those points to get into first, and they do it.
Yeah, yeah.
They're great play.
Yeah, they did it right. It looks like our Desan was going hard on a flush, way too hard on a flush. Desan seems to play way too hard into things sometimes.
Oh, Desan has to. I mean,
yeah, with only
at this point
points,
now,
yeah, there's nothing else they can do.
Yeah, they've got 2 Dora flush. Yeah.
It's
you got to do it at that point. Unfortunately for poor Desan.
Do or die for Desan. That's what the D stands for. The D in Desan is for do or die.
I think that was a really useful review session for me, actually. Thank you guys for contributing. Yeah.
Pretty cool. It's good to go through these things. I should play some games this coming week. These darn, I dropped two. I know,
Dara.
seriously. Dison would have had such a massive win. The other hand, if they just obsessively held Dora as I often do, but they would have had to throw some dangerous stuff. So I can't fault them entirely. I fault them for throwing. Yeah, I fault them for that other one where they didn't switch the weight. That's the one I fault them for, where they threw the Dora and didn't switch. Maybe that was just a misclick. For all we know, that was a literal misclick,
I mean, I said,
or
I
a
think,
timeout.
yeah, could be. I mean, I think the psychology though was very important on this game because things got very big very quickly, right?
Yeah, yeah. And it's really stressful when you see hands just get
Oh,
enormous
but
and you're like,
I
oh
think
my god.
we saw the fuck ups in the previous review. I was just selecting second place. This one wasn't. Yeah, there wasn't enormous fuck ups. I did not. No, I promise you the opposite of epic fuck ups at the beginning. I said I'm not losing catastrophically,
That's
and
true. That's true.
identifying non-catastrophic errors is more difficult than identifying annoying, optimization errors.
Yeah, I think like in these games, I feel like you pushed a little harder than you had to at certain times,
Hmm.
which is not
Yeah, I
characteristic
mean,
of you.
I'm fairly happy with
But
this second review. Like, I'm not, there's stuff we could debate about, but the first review, I think there were some real skill issues.
you seemed really unhappy about whiffing the Kokshi read. That seemed to be the thing that you really
I think that was, I think
felt
that's, I
most
mean,
most unpleasantly about.
that's fairly epic fuck up level. I think, it should have been on my radar and it wasn't.
You got away with it. It's fine.
But it's not getting, you can't just
No,
get
no, I
away
get it.
with
No, I
it.
get it. I get it. I wouldn't call that an epic fuck up. I'd call
Oh.
that a signpost that says like make sure you keep your senses
Yeah, but
about you.
if I saw that it was a Kokshi and I still threw into it, well, that's, I'd rather do that than not even notice it was a Kokshi.
That makes sense. Makes sense. I see. Again, like
Hmm.
I get the vibe. I just feel like you want to
Maybe
I don't know,
this is the masochist in me, but do you not
be
feel
more
that sick
positive.
satisfaction when you throw a tile you know is dangerous and someone wins and you're like, oh yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
I don't feel innate satisfaction. I will say fundamentally, I feel much better when I
Yeah.
go and I draw a tile and I look at it and I say, you are dangerous.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm going to throw you anyway because I'm taking a risk. And at that point, if I lose, I'm like, well, I feel like it's a little satisfaction. Like I did properly identify the danger. I then
Hmm.
improperly decided to drive right into it. But I knew this was dangerous. I feel distressed when it's like I throw
Okay,
a tile I think is
but
fine.
then there's so if you know it's dangerous, then you're still in control, right? And you decide to
Yeah,
throw it, you're
yeah,
still in control. And then it's back to then you're actually having the conversation. Well, is my risk reward calculations, are they properly
yeah, yeah. Am I
aligned?
properly
Yeah,
making these estimates? That's a different conversation than me just being like,
yeah.
oh, whatever, it's fine, and then
Yeah.
it's totally
Yeah,
bad.
I'm still in control. I'm implementing what I want to see in the game, whether that's right or wrong. Um, whether that's getting me the right or wrong outcomes.
You know what's
But
funny? I'm thinking
hmm.
about this a little bit, and I'm wondering. Oh, this is a weird
I'm sorry
take.
if you can hear a baby crying. By the way, they are with their father, so it should be fine.
She's like, I've left my baby on the floor for a
Yeah.
few hours, and it
They're
seems
just
like this
screaming
baby's
whilst
not
I talk
tough
about
enough to
Marshall.
take it. It's your child. Guys isn't a baby at this point.
Oh, okay. He's my baby, but he is
Oh, he's
actually
joking.
a boy now. Yeah.
Yeah, he can be your baby as long as you want. That's not my place to judge. I'm like just thinking like
Exactly,
in terms of
exactly.
like
He'll be
life
my
cycle and
baby until
development,
he's like
not a baby
50.
really anymore.
No, he's not. You're right. You're quite right. People keep telling me, "Oh, he's not a baby," and I'm like, "Yes, he is."
Oh, my cat's my
Anyway,
baby.
he is being looked after properly. Okay, Your Honor.
I think you know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking my lesson here. So yeah, your baby's got a real second placement. I'm gonna start telling people that if their kids don't seem like kick ass. I'm like, yeah, your kid's got a real second place mentality. You gotta teach your kid how to do it
Do you
right.
know that will be my autobiography? Second place
Second place
mentality.
mentality. No, you know what I'm
They're always
thinking about
about like how I
discards.
found myself through mahjong, how I became a winner. Mine will just be like
Maybe this is
how I was mediocre.
Dave's discard life lessons. And
Hmm.
I was just thinking, it really is a lot like relationships. Reading discards is a lot like relationships.
I'm
And
looking
I
forward to
think
this.
because I'm thinking about because I'm thinking about this difference, right? This difference of me saying, well, I'm feel good if I draw a tile and I'm like, this is dangerous. And then even if I do decide to throw it, I feel like, okay, I properly saw what was going on there. I feel good. I saw it, right?
Hmm.
And then, other times it feels bad when I throw a tile, I don't think about it and I throw it.
Hmm.
And I'm thinking about other players that are learning, right? Maybe just get completely inured to this idea. that they're just gonna throw tiles and maybe something bad's gonna happen. And they
Mm.
they they get this feeling of like I'm never gonna be able to really know, and so I might as well just because it's not an invalid path to go down. Like I'm never really gonna know. So I might as well just throw stuff and not worry
Mm.
about it because sometimes I lose and that just happens.
Mm.
And that made me think of a very bad relationship attitude. And that is I mean, I think it's just not a good place if you want to improve at mahjong to say I throw my discard and something happens and who knows what that's going to be.
Mm.
Learning to understand and learning to try to find danger, learning to try to read discards is important. But on the other hand, reading discards is not an exact science. It's
Mm.
very rare you're going to be able to say like I know, like quantifiably know this is your tile. Very, very rare. Maybe once in a great while, but very, very, very rare. Most of
Mm.
the time, you're
Mm.
taking signs and portents and reading into it
Mm.
and trying to figure it out. Ukrainians different. Oh no. And
They're
I'm
welcome.
realizing I feel like this is a relationship thing. This is a lot like
Yeah.
relationship with people because when you have a relationship with another person, this is kind of usually a romantic relationship. When you have a relationship with another person, you'll never know, right? They're a separate person. They're not you.
Yeah.
You'll never know for sure. And what you can
Mm.
do is you can understand, you can listen, you can take in, and you can try to do things that you think are good. And
Mm.
sometimes the thing you think are good will be great, and you'll be like, "Hurry, I did it! It was good." And sometimes you'll do something that causes distress, that causes a problem,
Mm.
and hopefully you at least have some understanding of
Mm.
what could be a problem, and you want to avoid it, or maybe you have to risk it, and what's probably not a problem, and you can feel good about it.
I really want an example of the risk.
I mean, for example, I've been staying late at work all month,
Uh,
and I know my partner's going to be really unhappy if I tell them I have to stay late at work again, even though I have to. It's like I know I'm walking into a dangerous relationship territory. I know I'm walking into something that might upset another person. I have to do
okay,
it for
yeah.
some reason, but like I know this is happening. I know, and,
Yeah.
and I know I should handle it with in a relationship sense. I know to handle it with kindness and delicacy and have a real conversation about it because I know it's a fraught topic, right? As opposed to like I'm going to go to the store and grab some milk. Probably not a fraught topic.
I'm gonna suggest that one of those risky relationship behaviors would be opening your own mahjong studio in Manhattan.
Surprisingly, no.
Oh, really?
Um,
I'm not sure. If I was going to open a
to be
mahjong
fair,
parlor,
no.
I would be having some very delicate conversations.
The risky relationship behavior would be I'm opening a mahjong parlor and you're going to staff it for free. Now that would be risky. But and the other, but the bad relation, the thing is when if you just get into this habit of throwing things and not thinking about it, just doing whatever and being like whatever, that's that bad relationship picture that I mean, where it's like, and this is something that societally men get told, which is like you'll never understand women. You'll just do stuff and maybe the woman gets upset and this is bad and you don't want to exist like that. Even though yes, relationships are challenging. Understanding another human being is challenging and you're not going to get it right all the time and you're going to have to deal with a lot of things that are kind of implications and unclear because people can't, you'll never be in someone else's head. It's still worth doing because in the end, you'll have a better relationship. You'll have better times overall because you care enough to try to figure it out. And you'll be able to understand what's good and what's bad. And that's kind of maybe how to think about discard reading. If only partner would read it, it would be so much better. It is.
If women are like mahjong discard pools.
No, I don't want to go so far to be like, oh, gender is like, but it definitely
no,
made me
I
think
know.
Becoming totally inured to that and just throwing tiles and be like, maybe something good or bad will happen just made me think of that bad thing that people get into where they just like do stuff and then like, oh, my partner got really mad. I don't know why. I don't even know who could understand them ever.
They're no longer actually an agency in the relationship. And what you're saying is that people become not an agent in their discard activities.
To some degree, yeah, because it's just like, well, I'm just going to throw it and see what happens, whatever, man. And like, you should, if you want to improve and be a skillful player, you should be thinking about that danger. Even if you're making a choice to take on the danger, that choice might be right or wrong. Who knows? Like that's a whole separate conversation. But you should still be thinking about it and putting it.
I think that's probably a better description of when I say I feel strangely happy when I discard a tile I know is dangerous and someone runs. Because I've been an agent though, right?
Yeah,
I've looked at that and I've gone like,
you knew this was risky.
Yeah.
You made the pick, and you went. I feel very happy when I don't lose. I feel very happy when I drew a dangerous tile and was like, no, and it stuck in my hand, and then it was the
Yeah.
dangerous tile.
Yeah,
I always
yeah,
feel very
exactly.
happy
Oh,
about that. That's
those are
such a
the best
great
feelings
feeling.
when someone turns their hand down and you're like, ha ha, I denied you.
Yeah, it's not even like I'm not even thinking from a screw you perspective, but for me, I'm like I was right.
Yeah.
Especially, and it's always when it was that time when I'm pushing the hand and I draw a thing, and I'm like, oh no,
Mm.
not you. And then I break there. And when that was the right call, it always feels so good. I'm like, yes, I nailed
Mm.
it. I got it right. And that's always a good feeling.
Yeah. 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 But then that's probably why I felt so frustrated that I did not see that Kokshi.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that. I can see that. There was a big
That's
danger and
yeah.
you just did not see it at all.
Yeah, like yeah, I was that person in the relationship who's calling up, expecting everything to be fine. Dinner was going to be on the table when I got home,
Yeah, yeah. And
and
it's
they were
like,
like, "Your bags are packed. Screw you."
it's funny though, because I feel like a lot of these things showcase how Mahjong is a very human game because of how much the level to which it can be deterministic is limited.
Mm. Mm.
And that's maybe why I chafe a little bit um at things like digital mahjong, which has validity, but when people start getting to the point where like, well, you should always do this because the statistics
Yeah.
say you have 2% more chance of that happening in the other place, I'm just like, it bothers me, and I'm not claiming that they're wrong. Like, I'm sure that numbers were
Oh
analyzed.
no,
I'm
the
sure the
stats are the
math was
stats,
done. Like, I'm
right?
not going to say that it's wrong or the stats aren't true. I just like being clear about that because I'm not like a Luddite.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, but there are 3 other people.
Yeah.
There are people here making decisions, and those people can be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not necessarily playing the stats and the best players know the stats, are fully aware of them, and make decisions against them. Again, in the same way that a tile's dangerous and you still play it. They know that this is not the statistical play, but they make it anyway, despite they have all the information to be in
Yeah.
full control. And sometimes what you can't let happen is for those stats to control you instead of you being in control of the information.
Yeah.
If that makes
It's
sense. And
important
yeah,
data to know. It's useful
yeah.
data to know.
But
And
you
then
have
there's
to
there's
play the
other
table
stuff
and
on
you have
top
to
of it.
play the people.
Yeah. You can't
Um,
like get away from that, which is something I really like about the game.
and especially if everyone in your field, if your little group is all playing very heavily statistical, it is very easy to win by
Mm.
not playing statistically because you just screw them up. They can't see you. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, Pez. Like, I don't know the current state of League. I haven't played League in quite a while, but it's true. Like, if you could be doing 10 more DPS, like, okay, cool. But if playing with these other things means you're more comfortable, you have other abilities that bring benefit, you have other things that do well for you, or just this one's a skill shot and I miss skill shots. This one's not and I don't
Mm,
miss skill shots, 0 DPS anyway, right? So like, it's there's lots of other intangibles. Is another problem with MMOs and the way people play them and the way they do stuff like that. Where when they get down to the idea of like, if you're a damage meter, and if you're not maxing out the damage meter, you're just a bad player without counting any other things at work. Like, yeah, there's all kinds of different ways to look at it. But unfortunately, I have to be a little strict about time today because we have our meetup, so I got to head out to Sparrow's Nest in a little bit.
we haven't
So,
had enough photos of cats though,
oh
Dave.
my
That's
god,
my
oh
real
my god, I
problem.
had a very good friend from the internet who sent a whole bunch of presents over, Christmas presents for Tartufo. So I can share some of those maybe next week. I'll get them ready because I have to like load them
Yeah,
onto my computer.
get some
He was
cat
so
photos
hyped for these
sorted.
presents.
Everyone
He
wants
was
cat
going
photos.
nuts. He
They
was
don't
going
come for the mahjong,
nuts.
they come for the cat photos. Oh look, Amaranth's online. I might
I
watch
wish
her
I could
after
take the
this.
cat to Sparrow. I would love to be able to take him to Sparrow's. This would be super fun, but I'm worried it would like really distress him to like carry him around. But
Yeah, I don't think the cat would enjoy a trip through the New York subway.
he survived it to come here, but like I don't want to scare him. We'll work him into going places slowly but surely. He's got to take him to the vet anyway for a checkup, so we'll figure it out.
Thank you,
He's very
Granny, for
happy for it.
watching.
He recently discovered that the radiator exists, that the heating unit exists. He just sleep on it now. He just lays down on it and sleeps on it. He's very happy.
Oh God, why am I not a cat?
All right, well, thank you all for joining us. Have a
Thank
great New Year, everyone. Hope
you.
everyone had a happy holiday. Have a
Thanks, everyone.
wonderful New
Happy New
Year,
Year.
and we'll see you soon. So bye for now.
Bye.